Your check engine light is on. What do? Ignore it, disconnect the battery head, or clear the code, or start replacing parts. My name is Danladi. Today I will tell you 5 mistakes some people make whenever their check engine light comes up. The first problem is simply to ignore it. Check engine light does not mean that vehicle has failed, but it does mean that vehicle's computer has detected something that deserves your attention. The longer you wait, the more expensive that problem can potentially become. So don't panic, but don't ignore it either. The second mistake is replacing parts based on guesses. Someone scans a car and sees a fault code and immediately says, change that sensor. A fault code only identifies a system or a condition that requires experienced investigation. It does not mean that that named component or part itself is bad. So proper diagnosis requires testing before you can decide anything. Another mistake is clearing the fault code and assume that the problem is gone. If the underlying fault remains, the light will come back, because clearing code does not repair a car. And even if the light does not return immediately, you still need to understand why it occurred in the first place. Assumption that every check engine light is an emergency. Not every check engine light means that you should panic. The vehicle's behavior matters. You need to check whether the engine is running normally, is the temperature rising, or has the power dropped. Is there any accompanying warning lights? Now, if the check engine light is flashing or the vehicle is running very badly, that situation deserves immediate attention. The fifth mistake is treating the fault code as the entire diagnosis. A proper diagnostic process involves reading the fault code, the live data, symptoms, wires and the connectors involved, then the mechanical condition of the vehicles. With this in your hand, we now move from there is a code to we understand why this code is present. What should you do when the check engine light comes up? First, you should not panic. And second, pay close attention to the behavior of the vehicle. Third, scan the vehicle with appropriate diagnostic equipment. Fourth, interpret the results you got. Fifth, make sure that you test the affected system before replacing any part at all. And then verify that the repair actually solved the problem. Remember, a fault code is a clue, not a part order. So don't ignore the warning lights. Don't guess the part. Don't clear code and call it a fix. This is Dreamland Motor Engineering Works. Inspect first and buy with confidence.